it's Beth. Welcome back to the channel. Hope you're all having an amazing day. Today we are building in Mount Komorebi, which is the new world which came with the Snowy Escape expansion pack for the very first time, which I'm super excited about. I've not had that much chance to explore the world really, but from what I have seen, it is really beautiful. And I'm actually, you can see here that it is snowing, but I'm actually not building in the snowy mountain region of Mount Komorebi. I'm actually building down in the empty lot in the bottom of the map, and I just did some season sheets to make it snow, just because I had a sim that I was bringing with me, and the lots up in the mountain area I think are all rental lots, so I was having a bit of an issue with that, so I decided just to pick an empty one and make it snow myself. So yeah, this is one of the smaller lots down at the bottom. And yeah, there was quite a lot going on in this build. So I was building in this world for the first time. I was using all of the items from the new pack for the first time, which I have to say might be some of my favourite build items that we've had so far. I think this and probably Eco Lifestyle are maybe my favourite build items, but the doors, the windows, I'm just here for all of it. It's really why I bought the pack, to be honest. It's mostly for the build and buy items. So yeah, I was going to explore that. And then obviously we also had the new platforms update, which, just in case you're wondering, the platforms were a base game update, a free base game update. They are not part of the new pack. So if you've updated your game, then you should have the platforms. I think that's really great that they did that. I think if they had done that just as part of the pack, people might have not been so happy about it. So yeah, that is a free update. And I used them, I think, 3 times maybe overall. So I have this platform out at the front of the build here that you can see. I then did a sunken living room inside, which was quite cool just because the downstairs area of this build is really open plan. And so rather than kind of putting walls up to separate it, I actually did a sunken area just to separate the seating area a little. And I think it came out quite cool. And then upstairs in the bathroom, I use a platform for a little raised section for the bath and the shower. So you get to see me use them a few times. And I thought I would take the opportunity in this build to talk through the platforms a little bit, just in case you, like me, have maybe tried to use them and have struggled a little bit. It took me quite a while to get used to them. This build is quite quick, and part of that is because I did almost a test. So I sort of started building the shape that I wanted, and I played around with the platforms a little bit and, use some of the new items and things just to get my head around it and to get a feel for it before I actually started recording. And then I sort of demolished and started over. But I did kind of know what I was doing before I started. And part of that was just because I hadn't used the platforms, and they're quite overwhelming. We don't often get big updates like that. So the last one that I remember is probably obviously the free placement of the doors and windows, which was very easy to use and probably made more sense than it did before. But then the one before that was probably the customizable or configurable stairs. And it took me quite a while to get used to how that worked as well. And there's quite a lot of, the different arrows do different things. And it took me quite a while to get my head around that. So I definitely had the same thing with the platforms, that I couldn't quite get my head around it. The one tip that I would give you, there's a couple of things. One is that if you build a platform against a wall, it deletes the outside wall, which is quite annoying, and you have to rebuild the wall again. I assume it's designed that way. I don't know if they're going to update that in a patch at some point, because I've seen a lot of people sort of complaining about it. It's just a bit frustrating that you have to kind of either build the platforms first, or you have to go back and replace your walls all the time. And you'll see it when we get to the bathroom upstairs, you'll see it happen again up there. So that does happen. So you kind of have to just deal with that. And then the other thing is, the biggest issue that I had was trying to figure out, I put a platform down, and then I was trying to raise the platform up, and then the foundation kept moving. And I thought that it was broken or I wasn't doing it right. And I realised that actually, I think with the foundations, we're so used to clicking that double-ended arrow and pulling it up and down. And actually, that's not how the platforms work. On the left-hand side of the little pop-up, there's an up and a down arrow that you click, and it moves them up and down a step. So you don't kind of click and drag. That actually does change the foundation height. So if you're having that issue where you're thinking that it's broken, or whenever you try and put a platform in, it's raising the foundation of the build, that's why you need to be using kind of the up and down arrows, which is a bit counterintuitive if you're quite used to building with foundations and stuff. I kind of automatically keep catching myself going to drag the little arrow up and down, and that's not how these work. So that's a little bit of a tip for you if you're struggling with them. The other thing you'll notice here is that in this sunken area, which I do really like, again, that's all new. The sofas are new, and the fireplace and everything, but I couldn't paint the inside. That grey concrete is also the colour of the foundation. and I couldn't paint the outside of it. Now we have like platform trims, but they seem to only work when it's a raised platform. I couldn't get them to work down in there. So if you've managed to get something to successfully work to like paint or cover or whatever the inside of like a sunken platform, please leave a comment and let me know, because I'd love to hear it. I did try a little bit off camera and I just couldn't get it to work. So I figured the grey was kind of a vibe and I just left it. And then another thing that you'll see I used some custom artwork there, which seems to be really popular just now on YouTube. I've seen quite a few people that I watch regularly have been using it. And this is all from Sensational 2, who Kate Emerald recommended. So I went and checked out their stuff on the gallery. And yeah, just to be clear, that is not custom content. It's in the gallery. Basically, people have their Sims paint these pictures and then you can use them in your game and they don't flag as custom content. So I've actually never used it, and I've known about it for a long time, but I've never tried it. And I used it everywhere in this build. And I think one of my biggest frustrations is like the lack of modern artwork we have. So yeah, I don't know where I've been with that, but I'm definitely going to be doing that more often. So that big wall that you can see there, basically that's how they do it. They build it like a room. You just place the room somewhere in your build where you have free space, take the paintings that you need, and then you can delete it. The only thing is you can't eyedropper the paintings. So if you need another one of the same painting, you'll have to download the room again from the gallery. But other than that, super easy to use. So yeah, if you like any of the artwork that you see in this build, as I said, it's all by Sensational 2 in the gallery. I will leave their gallery ID in the description below for you to check out. But something I'll definitely be doing going forward, I think. So yeah, so we're working on the downstairs and I'm doing a bit of an office. I couldn't really figure out what to do with this room. I didn't want to make it a bedroom, but I had too much space downstairs to have it all just be open plan. So we ended up doing an office down here and a little, like just a downstairs like toilet. And I end up making this office, I put the Murphy bed there. So technically it's another bedroom, but it's got like the sofa. So I figured that was like a good compromise. So yeah, I really tried to use mostly Snowy Escape furniture in this build, and honestly it wasn't hard because it's so nice. There was a couple of things that I didn't have, but yeah, I used a lot of Snowy Escape stuff. And yeah, on the whole, I love it. Like I love the furry blankets. I love that like outdoor picnic bench with the furry blankets on the seats. I love the kitchen. I will say, I do really like the kitchen and I like the colours that we have, but there are two things that I don't like, and I think this is probably not news to anybody. The two things are that we didn't get wall cabinets. We got shelves again, which are cool, but I do really prefer wall cabinets. And also, they're so open and there's not an option. I wish they'd given us both, like ones with doors and ones without. Because if you have the entire kitchen, like there's quite a big kitchen that I have, and to clutter every single one of those shelves is quite a lot to do. And let's be honest, like there's actually not that many clutter items in this game. So like without custom content, it's quite difficult. So I ended up just using like the same, we got some new like stacked plates with Snowy Escape. I just used them over and over again, which isn't my favourite. So yeah, I think I like that they're open, but if you're going to use them, like you have to prepare yourself to spend a long time trying to fill the spaces. They do have lots of slots, which is cool, but yeah, we just don't really have the stuff in game to fill them, if I'm honest. And yeah, so I've done the bathroom, and you can see I used the platform and everything in the bathroom there. And then we have 2 double bedrooms upstairs, again using loads of Snowy Escape stuff. We have these little functional space heaters now, which I think are really cute. And this build also has 2 outdoor balconies, so one which comes out of the other bedroom that we're going to go on to shortly, and then one which comes out of the hallway. And yeah, I mean, it's the kind of thing, I didn't check this at any point in any weather other than snow, so who knows what this looks like when there's not snow covering everything. We'll probably need to go back and have a look at it, because if the snow melts, there might be some terrible landscaping happening, but it was cute in the snow, and I was going for like a winter ski chalet kind of vibe, so yeah, if you download this and you change seasons and it looks terrible in the summer, then I really do apologise. And so I tried to branch out a little bit in this room and use this darker wood tone, which I quite like. I did find I love these bedside tables, but the slots are really weird. Like there's 2 slots on each side, there's not one in the centre, so everything I put on them just placed really weird. And then we got this new room divider, which I think is really cute. So I tried to split kind of like the office area and the bed area. And yeah, I just think overall I'm actually really happy with how this whole build came out. It's very minimalist. As I say, there's a lot of the Snowy Escape furniture in it, but I didn't intend to make it like a Japanese build because I don't know anything about Japanese architecture. And I think there's been a lot of those videos already. I just wanted to kind of play with the new pack and play with the new items and stuff. So that's kind of what we went for, and I really like how it came out. I think it's really cute, and it's like the wood cladding and everything outside is really sweet. I had googled like ski lodges kind of thing, and I was going off some pictures of that, as I always do. But yeah, I was trying to think of a build that I could do that would be kind of in the world, would be like snowy and kind of fill that like sort of criteria, but also I could use the platforms as well. So I might do something a bit more like intense with the platforms. I have tried to do some like staircases and stuff with them, so keep an eye out for that. I'll maybe try and do some more kind of like platform tutorials if that's something you guys would want. And yeah, as always, if there are any other videos that you'd like to see, please leave a comment and let me know. I'm happy to kind of make whatever. Yeah, my uploads aren't as busy at the moment, or aren't as regular at the moment, just because I'm kind of busy with work and other real life stuff. But yeah, feel free to leave suggestions and I'll happily look at them. So that is the inside furnished. And again, those canvases behind that bed are from the gallery as well, and they are so cool. So definitely check that out. And then we're just kind of doing some outside furnishing, putting these little like footstool poof things down next to the fire pit. And yeah, we're pretty much done, to be honest. I do a few little finishing touches and then we will be coming up on the screenshots. So yeah, thanks so much for checking this out. I really enjoyed my first build in Mount Comerabie. As always, if you enjoyed, please give it a like and leave a comment, and also make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any future videos. And as always, I will talk to you guys in the next one. Bye!